each day since.
Okay, enough of this. Stormy, show me on the puppet what he did to
And a
you.
righteous mission to make America great again.
Kinky.
For all Americans.
The judge seemed to suggest that Stormy Daniels may have crossed a line with her remarks during her court appearance today.
It was a day off for the Trump trial today, which has been a lot of fun so far, I have to say.
The courtroom was filled with disdain, except for Trump. The prosecutor, Susan Hoffinger, acknowledged the importance of the circumstances of the interaction, but refrained from divulging any scandalous details. The prosecution's goal was to determine if the sexual act occurred, and Daniels would only be called to testify for that reason. However, the trial took a sinister turn when Stormy Daniels recounted the night she allegedly had sex with former President Donald Trump. In her deposition, the adult film actress revealed that she first met Trump at a golf tournament in Lake Tahoe in 2006 when she was 27 years old.
Oh, take his clothes off in the bedroom, and then even crazier is here we are almost 2 decades later, and we're still talking about it.
While Stormy was recounting the story about spanking Trump with the Forbes magazine.
In court, Stephanie Clifford, also known as Daniels, testified that she couldn't pinpoint Trump's age, but she believed he was older than her father, who was 60 years old at the time. Trump's bodyguard approached Daniels at the event and offered her dinner with the president, but she initially declined. However, her companion convinced her to accept the invitation, despite her reservations about the potential risks involved.
And they're much more bold now. They're not using bot accounts. They're texting me death threats from their actual phone number.
So you're having actual threats that
Daily.
you're going to be killed?
Yes, every day. I have a preteen. I agree to disagree all day long. But just look at the evidence for yourself. Make your own decisions. Don't be sheep instead of like unknown, like literal people.
Who do you think these people are?
Obviously Trump supporters.
Numerous issues arose during the proceedings. Daniels had a specific narrative in mind: to incarcerate the former U.S. president for an extensive period through an unprecedented criminal trial. However, the outcome was unexpected and unforeseeable, even by the most detail-oriented individual staying in one of Trump's luxurious suites. Eventually, Daniels was able to meet
Don Corleone's Hush Money Honey, Stormy Daniels, took the stand yesterday and caused quite a commotion.
Did you ever think you were standing next to a future president there at the time?
No. I mean, look at his face.
Stormy yesterday went into a bit more detail about their sexual encounter than the president and his legal team were hoping she would.
Trump sat in his pajamas, looking slightly uncomfortable as he fidgeted in his seat. It was clear that he wasn't expecting to dine, but the tension in the room was already palpable. The arrival of a new item on the menu only seemed to make things worse. Judge Juan Markin shifted in his seat, his eyes darting around the room. He knew that there were some things that were better left unsaid, especially given the graphic nature of the sexual encounter that was being described. He couldn't help but wonder what was going through Daniels' mind at that moment. Attorney Todd Blanche nodded in agreement with Judge Marchin. He knew from experience that testimony like this could make it impossible to recover from. It was the kind of thing that could haunt someone for years to come, and he didn't want to see that happen to Daniel. Stormy, on the other hand, showed no signs of discomfort. She sat with her arms crossed, her eyes fixed on Daniel. There was something about her gaze that made him feel uneasy, like she was sizing him up and finding him lacking. As the conversation continued, the tension in the room only seemed to grow. Daniel shifted in his seat again, wishing that he could just disappear. He knew that he had made a mistake, but he didn't think that it warranted this kind of scrutiny. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the conversation came to an end. Daniel breathed a sigh of relief as Stormy got up to leave. He knew that he had a long road ahead of him, but at least he had made it through this difficult moment.
No, definitely not. I mean, it just wasn't even on the radar. I wish I had a clever answer, but
Speak to the lawyer privately so as not to embarrass Trump, who's on trial for chub humping a porn star while his...
no.
What might come
Why would
afterwards?
even my mind's not that dirty. No way. Who would think that?
Stephanie Clifford, better known as Stormy Daniels, made headlines in 2018 when she spoke out about her alleged affair with former President Donald Trump. She recounted several shocking details about their time together, including one surprising encounter that left her feeling uneasy. Daniel explained that she had exited the restroom in a hotel room and found Trump sleeping in only his boxers and t-shirt on the bed. She was initially startled by the sight, but quickly clarified that he didn't appear menacing and didn't attempt to harm her. However, this was just one of many unsettling moments during their time together. Daniel also shared that during consensual sex, she had lost consciousness and woke up undressed. She claimed that Trump had been rough with her and that she felt violated. During the trial, the court interrupted Daniel and asked for more information. The judge advised her to avoid providing too many details, but despite this, her story remained consistent. She was adamant that she had been mistreated and that Trump had taken advantage of her. The trial brought national attention to the issues of power dynamics and sexual assault. It sparked a conversation about consent and the importance of listening to victims' stories. While the outcome of the trial may have been disappointing for some, it brought these important issues to the forefront of public consciousness.
It's still going to be very divisive and further separate and hurt the country and individuals too. And it's
Wife was home with their infant son. I'm pretty sure the embarrassment cat is out of the golf bag already, but
how did we get to this point? How did somebody get away with so much?
Stormy tried to clear her head, but Daniel's testimony kept revealing intricate details about her alleged affair with President Trump. The defense team repeatedly objected and demanded a mistrial, arguing that Daniel's statements were irrelevant and biased. Although some found Daniel's testimony amusing, it was likely nauseating for others. Regardless, the judge and prosecutors had to hear every detail firsthand. Later, Daniels faced a tough cross-examination from Trump's legal team. They tried to discredit her by portraying her as motivated by personal grudges and a desire for profit. Despite their efforts, Daniels remained unwavering in her testimony, insisting that her allegations against Trump were true. The courtroom drama played out like a scene from a movie, with each side presenting compelling arguments to sway the jury. As the trial continued, people across the country watched with bated breath, eager to see how it would all end, whether or not the current president would be taken seriously or simply disregarded as exaggerated rumors.
It's just hard to comprehend, you know what I mean? So it's very bittersweet, and it's not over yet. Who knows what's going to happen?
obviously Trump won on the Republican side because he's the only Republican running. But once again, a lot of votes were cast for Nikki Haley, who dropped out 2 months ago.
You know, the truth will speak for itself, and that's the hard thing about this, is people want to just discredit me and not believe what I have to say, even when I have factual proof.
For the Stupor fans who bought his NFTs, to get an invite, you had to buy all 47 of Trump's NFTs at $99 a pop.
As the trial went on, the tension in the courtroom grew thicker. Daniels, the star witness of the day, was feeling the heat and her anxiety was mounting. Her voice betrayed her nerves as the prosecutor began questioning her. "Do you hate President Trump?" the defender asked Daniels, his gaze fixed on her. "I do," she replied firmly. Susan Nell, one of the jurors, nodded in agreement. It's understandable that she hates him after that meeting. Anyone would feel the same way. Judge Juan Moran, who was presiding over the trial, leaned forward in his seat. "Daniels may have credibility issues, but we believe she's genuine. If she reveals information about Trump's private life, that's just our opinion." But Stormy wasn't the only witness of note that day. Sally Franklin, the first witness called by the prosecutor, claimed to have written several books about Trump, including one that mentioned his time on The Apprentice. Franklin argued that Trump's self-importance could be perceived in the extracts, but the trial was the real show, a comedic drama playing out before them. Daniels explained how she stayed in touch with Trump after their meeting, hoping to learn more about him. However, as the trial progressed, it was clear that their relationship wasn't what it seemed. The courtroom was tense, and all eyes were on Daniels as she testified, making it clear that this trial would be unforgettable. Despite her initial distress, Daniels continued interacting with Trump in a manner that was bizarre and disgusting. It makes one ponder why she chose to do so. Was it a hold he had on her? Or did she think that by maintaining a connection with him, she could benefit in some way? Regardless of her reasons, Daniels' encounters with Trump left a strong impression on her. She spoke out about their interactions and even wrote a book about their relationship. It's a clear example of the power dynamics that come into play when a wealthy and influential man shows interest in a woman. However, there is a bigger issue at stake here. Daniels' decision to continue engaging with Trump, despite her discomfort, highlights the pressure women often face to tolerate inappropriate behavior from men in positions of authority. It's a disheartening reality, but one we must confront head-on if we want to create a more just and fair society for everyone.
Can't argue about the fact these NFTs are aesthetically quite stunning. I mean, just look at all the time and talent that went into this to choke her husband like Princess Leia and Jabba the Hutt. You know, we spent a lot of time goofing on Donald Trump, but...
Following her meeting with President Trump, Stormy Daniels became a media sensation. While she held back from sharing the full details of their encounter, it was clear that many were eager for more. However, with her upcoming appearance in court on Thursday, the secrecy surrounding the situation is expected to come to an end. As Trump's attorney, Susan Nyes, prepares to question Daniels, the nation is eagerly waiting for the trial to begin. It's no secret that many are hoping for Daniels to divulge more information about her relationship with the president. The trial is sure to be filled with drama and substance, as Daniels has already shared a lot about her experiences with Trump. The potential political ramifications of her testimony make this a trial to watch. So the question remains, will Stormy Daniels reveal even more information when she takes the witness stand? Please take a moment to read and engage with the comments section underneath. Additionally, kindly hit the subscribe button to receive regular updates on the unfolding story. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you later.